Hey, what's up you guys? This is Rob from the Gay Guy Plays, and on today's snapshot, it's all about hitting that sweet spot when we take a look at Banshee's Resonance. So you can pick up Resonance for 25,000 standing after you've reached rank 5 with either Cephalon Suda or the Parent Sequence. Now, Sonar has always been an insanely powerful ability, marking enemies on the map and granting your allies a 5 times damage multiplier for hitting the glowing weak spots marked on your targets. And the craziest part is, this can be increased even further by power strength. Additional casts of this ability add additional weak spots to all enemies in range, sometimes causing them to overlap, allowing for stacked damage multipliers. Now, this is what Resonance takes advantage of. This Syndicate modifier will cause an additional Sonar to trigger off of enemies slain by hitting their weak spots. Now, at max rank, these additional triggers off of Sonar will only last for the remaining duration of the Sonar you originally cast. In layman's terms, when your Sonar ends, so do these additional triggers. However, you can extend it a little further by the use of power duration mods. One thing to note is that the additional casts of Sonar radiate from the target slain, and not from you, potentially allowing you to trigger Sonar on additional targets that were originally out of your range. So honestly, I think this is an amazing addition to her kit. This saves her from having to recast Sonar, as it allows her to innately cover groups of enemies with additional weak spots, giving her and her allies the opportunity to deal a shit ton of damage. Once several resonances occur, surrounding enemies will literally turn into walking weak spots, meaning that almost any shot landed will be devastating against enemies that remain standing. Now, while this skill is amazing, I will say that in reality, it only helps her be better at what she's already been good at, and doesn't necessarily help her survivability or give her additional avenues for CC to keep her safe, which is honestly this frame's biggest downfall. However, on the other end of the spectrum, this makes her amazing for highly organized groups going into endgame content. Now, this is just theory crafting, but imagine Banshee alongside Limbo irradiating disarm Loki and Slova on an extended duration T4 defense. Now, as for the build, I did find this one slightly troublesome, as optimizing Sonar does require duration, power strength, range, and efficiency mods to perform as best as possible. I did play around with some builds using corrupted mods, only to find that they ended up eating too much into each other and didn't really give me what I wanted. Now, the only mod that I would consider trading out on this one would require farming out the additional V-slot, getting rid of Intensify, and trading it for Constitution. I'm honestly already happy with 5 times more damage, and I'd be willing to trade the bonus 1.5 damage multiplier that you get with Intensify for an additional 8 seconds of Sonar. However, I honestly don't feel like it's game-breaking to have either one or the other, so honestly, I'm not too bothered to go through all the trouble. So, whether you prefer to hit that sweet spot nice and hard, or would rather it lasted even longer, there's always room for a little play when it comes to Banshee. So, thank you all for watching another quickie, and be sure to stay tuned for more Syndicate snapshots here at A Gay Guy Plays.